Okay, it's March. It's supposed to be approaching spring, right? But not if you live in the Great White North. You go to bed with weather in the 39, 40 degrees, and earlier it was even warmer than that. Then you wake up to this. Oh! Yeah, it's Michigan. Wait 5 minutes, the weather will change. Let's get out to the road and see what's what. I'm getting a late start today because I had to feed my birds and drink my coffee and whatnot. And today's Monday, so on Mondays, I'm not in a big old hurry. Sometimes I don't even leave the house on Mondays, but here we go. I'm not going to film very far. Just want y'all to see here what's going on today. Let's put the camera on the dashboard so I can be a good girl. Alrighty, as you can see, we need the salt trucks out. We need the scrapers out. Looks like they might have done it once early this morning, maybe. But I don't know, they didn't. There's no evidence on the shoulder. Nope. No scraper yet. It's pretty, but it's a pain in the rear end. I hate snow. Okay, end of my road. Looking to the left, looking to the right, and let's rock. Woo, slushy. Now this is what is dangerous. I hate the slush sometimes worse than ice. Nicole and I was in a car accident one year when she was 2 because of the slush. We had been watching movies with my mom. They were getting their house built, so they were living in my Grandma and Grandpa Walsworth's house for the winter because they were in Florida. And we watched movies, and me and Nicole bundled up and headed home. And it was like 12:30 in the morning when we left her. And we got down the road about 1.5 to 2 miles, and I hit some slush, and then it threw me all over the road, and then sucked me right into a mailbox with a very large iron pole on it, and then into a tree. That mailbox come right through my driver's side window. I seen it coming, so I turned my head. I said a really quick prayer. I said, "Dear God, please don't let Nicole get hurt." And then I threw my body on top of Nicole because she was in the front seat in her toddler seat. And then impact. The iron pole to the mailbox ended up underneath the car. The mailbox smacked me in the back of the head, and there's blood gushing everywhere. And yeah, the cops thought the pole underneath the car was my drive shaft. David goes, "No, that's the mailbox pole. Thank you very much." Anyway, Nicole didn't have a scratch on her. I was knocking on doors trying to get people to come to the door, but they wouldn't. They were afraid. Finally, the second knock at this one lady in pleading, she finally come to the door. I said, "You can see I was in an accident. I'm covered in blood. There's my car across the road, smoking and crinkled and broken." She finally let me in, called 911, and I checked out Nicole. Before I was checking her under a street light, so I got her inside where there was a lot of light and it was warm, and took her coat off, and she did not have a scratch on her. I shook the glass off her and stuff. They shook the glass off of me, but yeah, never rub anybody if they got glass on them. Shake it off. Do not rub or wipe. Just shake it, because otherwise you make scratches and they'll bleed. But anywho, she was fine and dandy. I took a little ambulance ride for a checkup, and Doc was getting ready to numb up my head to sew it up. And I said, "Oh, this is gonna not be fun." I said, all the stitches I've had was in surgeries. I was never awake. He says, "Oh, okay." So he starts sorting through my blood caked hair, and he says, "Let's look just one more time." And he was a Christian man, Dr. Beard. He says, "Well, let's look at that cut one more time." He looked at it again. He says, "Well, praise the Lord, you don't need stitches. That was just a really nasty cut." So I did not need the numbing medication, and I didn't have to have my head stitched up. He said, "Just rinse your hair out with hot soap and water and let that cut heal." So I was very fortunate. Nicole was very fortunate. God was watching over us. The accident, I had one right here at this intersection all by myself, caused by a guy on a tractor. But then down here a ways is where me and Nicole had our accident. still have it in four-wheel drive because of the slush. I just never know when I get to a hill if there's going to be a big old glob of slush. But anyway, that's my story about that. Oh, David keeps putting the steering wheel up. There we go. Because he's bigger than I am. Did I tell you guys my chiropractor had her baby? Yeah, it's day by day when I go in. Ooh, there's more snow and slush. She had her baby, so I was like, oh, when you're off, are you gonna like have anybody fill in for you? She goes, oh yeah, I'll have fill-ins. So she's got a female on Tuesdays and a male on Thursdays. So I saw Dr. Val a couple weeks ago, and then she went and had her baby, and then so for last week I saw the other two chiropractors, and they all have their different styles, so it's helping a little bit. And then I had my nephew rug my shoulders yesterday. That helped a lot. Woo. Car went by. Threw crud all over my windshield, man. See right here, it's not clear anymore. That's why I still have it four-wheel drive. I got a car right on my tail too. It's like, where do you think you're gonna go, buddy? It's snow and slush. I mean, it was right on my bumper. He finally just now backed off. But yeah, this is not the kind of weather to be eating somebody's bumper, let me tell you. Okay, so I'm on my way to the restaurant. I wanted to get there earlier today, but with the snow and everything, I was not in a hurry to leave the house. Keeping an eye on that truck behind me. Can't pass me because all the curves and the hills. Anyway, oh, I gotta tell you what I did yesterday. This was so funny. Oh my goodness. Almost every day I send my daughter Nicole a little message by text. It'll say, good morning, my little honey bunches of love, or my precious little puff-a-lump, or something like that. It's always little nicknames, little lovey nicknames. So yesterday morning on the way to church, I grabbed my phone. David was driving. So I said, good morning, my little puddin' pop. I love you. With a little picture of a pudding or a cake or something. Sent it off. I didn't hear nothing. A couple hours later, it was sitting down for dinner and everything, and I noticed I had a text. So I looked at it and I just started laughing. I said, oh no. I got this message that said, you have a good day as well. I didn't send it to Nicole. I accidentally sent it to our friend Kyle. And oh my goodness, I laughed so hard. So Kyle came to the Sunday night potluck last night. We do it every week. It's a gathering for family and friends. So I told everybody that was there what I did, and they were all laughing. So all of us at the adult table, Kyle will usually sit in the living room and David will go in there and talk to him and stuff, but most of the teenagers and young adults will be in the living room playing games and watching TV and talking. So David and Kyle was in the living room, so I said, hey Kyle, I just told everybody what I did. Everybody's laughing. So we decided that we're going to call Kyle Puddin' Pop. It's his new nickname. Kyle's the one, I don't remember if I mentioned it to you guys or not, but while David was in the hospital, Kyle was at work, and he had four other co-workers there tearing apart a conveyor belt. Slushy right here. And his boss didn't tell him it spring-loaded, and it gave way, sending everybody through the air. Kyle was the only one that got hurt. He had severe damage to his leg. It's still not healed. He had skin grafts and everything. Really nasty. But anyway, he's our buddy. He helps David a lot, and I've known his dad since we were toddlers. Basically toddlers. We used to play in kiddie pools together when we were little. My mom knew his mom back in the day, and that was before we moved away, before we all came back home. So yeah, it's kind of cool to have Kyle, Jeff and Rachel's Kyle that hangs out with us old folks. He likes us, so that's cool. All right, and take down four-wheel drive. I'm in town now. Okay, I guess that's enough flapping for now. I'll be at the restaurant in another 3 minutes probably, so I'll just give you guys a little bit of scenery, and I will say bye-bye.